All right, I'm here today with the owner of Frostees apparel, Ben Frost. How you doing?
Good. Appreciate
Good.
you having me today.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate the interview. So just got a couple questions for you about the basic structure of your company and how things work over there. So, what was the real decision that got you to start the company and expand from there?
Really, I started the company just out of necessity. I had $25 to my name at the time, and I had no job, no source of income, and I needed to do something. And there's a series of events that kind of led up to me figuring out exactly what it was, and it just started with Greek apparel.
Yeah, sounds good. How much like time and planning did you have to put in before the company started? I'm sure it took a lot of stuff going on.
Surprisingly, it didn't take that much time because the year prior to starting the business, I had applied for an internship with Under Armour, and it was primarily a social media based contest for a design internship. And essentially, what I was doing is I was designing apparel for Under Armour, and I got top three in the nation.
Oh wow.
Unfortunately, I didn't win, but at that point in time, I knew that I had some potential in the apparel, and it kind of just started when one of my buddies contacted me from another fraternity, and he was like, "Hey, we have this idea for a tank top. Do you think you could design it?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." So I ended up designing the tank for him, and when I designed it for him, I was like, "Why don't I just figure out how to get this made?" And I think I made like a little over $300 off that first order, and that $300
That's
for
when you
me
knew.
that's what I knew. So honestly, it really didn't take that much time. It kind of just went from a buddy a buddy of mine from another fraternity contacting me to design something for him, and then just trying to figure out how to get it made.
Yeah, that sounds awesome, honestly. So talking about the design aspect, are you the one that designs most of the shirts, or how do you guys go about doing that?
It honestly it depends. I know in the past I was kind of a one man show, but it wasn't until this past year until I made some serious hires, because I found myself doing everything,
Yeah.
and when you're doing everything, you're forgetting to do certain things. So I ended up at first I was doing a lot of the designing just because I do have that design background, but now I have like four artists that we work with, and they handle a lot of the requests. But there are times where if it's a slow day or whatever, and I just feel like screwing around a little bit, then I'll pick up some design requests.
Yeah, that's awesome. It sounds like really like you pretty much have the freedom to do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a website?
Yeah, it's frostiesapparel.com.
Oh. Okay. So, what is the legal structure of your company, and how did you decide on making that decision?
Well, we're an LLC. So when I first started, I was operating as a sole proprietor, because it was just me, and it got to the point where, um, you know, it made more sense to establish a structure as an LLC because, with the LLC, the owners are protected in case anything happens. Not that I
Yeah.
anticipate anything to happen
Ju-
legally, but just in case, the LLC does protect the owners.
Yeah, you always got to be safe. Um, how many employees do you have right now, and how do you go about evaluating them?
That's a great question. We right now we have 8 to 10 internal employees, so that's 8 to 10 employees that kind of work directly with us on a daily basis. And then external employees, so these are employees that don't necessarily work with us, but they work for us. So we have 8 to 10 employees there as well. So I'd say, total we probably have around 20 people working with us. And how do we evaluate them? We evaluate everyone on a performance-based system. So if uh, if they're doing a good job, then maybe we'll throw them a little extra bonus here or there. And primarily, we want everyone to be enjoying what they do. We don't want people coming into work and not enjoying what they do. So, we really try to focus on creating a good environment for our employees.
Yeah, it does sound like a great environment. Do you offer any incentives to your employees?
That's another good question. Yeah, a lot of our employees get free apparel, so that's something that they all enjoy. I'm sure you've seen some of our stuff around. So
Oh yeah, right here.
exactly, exactly.
Always got something on. And just about the company in general, your involvement with it. I know it's very big right now. Do you have a succession plan for the company? Do you plan on selling later down the road, or just expanding until it's so big it's
That,
taking
that's another
over?
really another really good question. I honestly, my plans are kind of up in the air right now, because I have been doing this for a long time, so I am starting to get to the point where I am getting a little tired of it, just because this is probably my fifth year. I'm going into my fifth or sixth year of working with apparel, because I started it like my sophomore year, so I've been going at this for a little bit, and I'm just looking for other opportunities. But for right now, the main goal is to um, you know grow it as big as possible, and then just take it day by day and evaluating
Mm-hmm.
it from there, whether it's selling the business, or you know hiring somebody to take my place, but still having a piece of it. There's just there's a lot of possibilities in the
Yeah.
future. So I'm not 100% sure what the plan is yet.
Yeah, and I'm sure you're crazy busy. What are some like the day to day things that you personally have to deal with?
Well, right now, I'm fresh off ACL surgery, so I haven't been able to be working out of the office. I've been out of commission for like the past 2 weeks, but so I've been working from home. So while I'm in the office, while I'm in Tallahassee, the day to day is pretty much just wake up, go to the gym, I get into the office, and we usually have a meeting around 10 a.m. Just to discuss the production schedule for the week, and what we have to get done. Figuring out what's priority, what's not priority. Checking emails after that, making sure whatever customers we're working with are getting the response they need, and then just figuring out when items are coming out of production, and then just facilitating our guys to pick up those items from production and getting them shipped out.
And then talking about making sure customers get what they need and what they want. Do you guys use any information technology, like any feedback resources or anything like that to hear from your
Yeah,
customers?
yeah. I mean, so for the longest time, I was operating kind of on word of mouth, to get new orders, and so it wasn't until this year that we started creating social media accounts. So we've gotten some feedback from our customers on social media. We were using like a mass email platform, kind of to just reach out to our customers and let them know what items we had out on our website. And then just recently, my CFO, he found some type of what do you call it? You know,
Feedback
yeah,
resource?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, almost like a feedback resource. So he was sending out these emails, and customers who recently bought products will be able to rate the products and tell us what they liked, what they didn't like. So we've been using that to kind of just correct what we've been doing, because everything we're doing right now is just a learning experience for us.
Oh yeah, definitely. That sounds great. That sounds like a great way to get in contact with your customers, see if they have any issues, if you guys need to correct anything.
Exactly.
Just one last question for you. If you could change the anything about the way you operate your business without money being an issue, what would you do?
If I could change anything,
Change anything about the way you guys operate.
if money was not an issue and this was a perfect world, I think the biggest thing that I would do is just to create um, some type of automatic system to where everything that we would need to get done can get done without me having to be there. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, having free time, and having the time to do the things that you want to do, at the end of the day, that's freedom. control,
Yeah.
that's definitely something that I'd be interested in looking into to see if, the apparel, production, design, all that would be able to get automated.
Yeah, definitely like freedom for
If
new
you're able to automate,
opportunities.
exactly. If you're
Yeah.
able to automate it, then, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I really appreciate the interview today. Thanks for getting with me, even though I know you're home. Hope your knee feels better.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man. Have a good
All right,
day.
take